evening, depending on where you are at in the world. And welcome to this channel, Freya's Crone. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome, and welcome back to my returning subscribers from my other channel. I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys and all the love and support that you've been giving me on this YouTube journey. So when you come into this live stream, give me a fonzie, either by double tapping the screen or just simply hitting a thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know how this general reading resonates with you. And if you are not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and a little notification bell so that you know when I go live or when I post readings. Always that helps out this channel, and I am very, very grateful for all of your love and support. All right. So TGIF, thank God it's Freya's Day. And on Freya's Day, we always pull from the Divine Feminine and see what the Feminine wants to bring to your attention or talk to you about, okay? This is also for the element of Earth, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, okay? For today, July 17th, 7171, 88, okay? With an overlay of a 7, an underlay of a master number 11. So 7s talk about the challenges that we overcome for our soul's evolution, for our growth purposes. It's like our soul's growing pains. Like our body has growing pains when we're growing up, our soul has the same thing. Everything that you experience, all the challenges, all the hardships, everything has brought you to the point where you're realizing that, earth signs, all right? We're mastering something. What are we mastering? The changes that we have made. 7 and 7 is 14, which adds up to a 5. The changes, the trauma, the pain, the hurts, the wounds that have made us change. For what? The 7. Our soul's evolution, our growth. Okay? Alrighty. So what Divine Feminine wants to come through and speak to the element of Earth. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, I have Queen Esther. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. So something about divine timing here. Okay? With Queen Esther. All right, so you have Amaterasu, the goddess of the light. So earth signs. We are sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. So you are mirroring some light out into the world. Or something is being reflected back to you. Like you could be mirroring your light into the world and seeing it reflected back to you. Okay? So let's go ahead and see what Amaterasu, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I apologize, Divine Feminine, for chopping that up. So we have a 1, a 5, and a 0. So remember, 7171, 88 boils down to a 7, okay? But you have the 7 and 7 that adds up to a 14, which boils down to a 5, with the energetic of a 1, master number 11, 150. So ones talk about ourself. It talks about our intuition. It talks about ourself. It talks about self-love. It talks about, being in that flow. It talks about seeing our glass half full versus half empty. The 5 talks about that challenge I was talking about, the things that challenge us the most. When it comes to people, places, and situations, and our own personal happiness. We got the 0. It's about trusting that leap of faith. For some of you, it could be talking about ground zero. So 150 for the element of earth. Amaterasu. I'm sorry if I chopped that. My pronunciation is horrible. Embodies the levity that brings us out of darkness and shows us the beauty of our own light. So, earth signs, you could be done with your dark night of the soul. You could be coming out of that dark night of the soul, and you're seeing the beauty of why you went through that, right? With the 5 energy, you're seeing the beauty of why you had to go into that period of darkness. You're seeing the beauty of why you went through the dark night of the soul and the challenges that you've overcame that were hard, right? With the 5 energy. When you get a 5 challenge, it's a hard challenge. But that hard challenge brings you into a state of balance, which is the 6 energy. That balance is making you look back at that challenge and you're looking forward and saying, aha, I've grown from that. That taught me something, right? That taught me something. Amaterasu is the most powerful deity in the Shinto religion. She is the solar goddess of Japanese mythology. Her name means shining in heaven. Shining in heaven. The morning star. The oldest legends of this beautiful divine feminine date back to the 8th century and come from the Kohiki, or Japanese record of ancient matters. In Shinto, kami are spirits or deities, and the most well-known story of the kami in Shinto is when this beautiful divine feminine got in a fight with her brother, Susanoo, god of the storms and of the sea. His violence made this beautiful divine feminine so upset and angry, she retreated into a cave, leaving the world in darkness. Who else's story is like that? Think about that. So this is a different religion, right? This is the Shinto religion. What other religion did a goddess deity go into a cave? Right? Think about that. If I'm not mistaken, it was Mary Magdalene. I'm positive. It was either Mary Magdalene or Jesus' mother Mary. One of the 2 Marys. All right. Leaving the world in darkness. The kami, or merriment, placed on a mirror outside of her cave and laughed as much as The kami of merriment placed a mirror outside her cave and laughed so much that its beautiful divine feminine became curious. She peeked outside the cave and saw a beautiful goddess, a stunning vision of the dawn. Morning, dawn, dusk to dawn. Dusk is nighttime. Dawn is morning. She was in awe of it, not realizing it was her own reflection. Surrounded by laughter, this beautiful divine feminine's anger and depression lifted, and she agreed to leave the cave, bringing her light with her back to the world. Earth signs, the cave is so crucial. Drawing inward, hiding our light to restore ourselves and to heal from something or someone that felt too intense or aggressive. When we hide our light, though, we aren't the only ones left in the dark. We take our light from the ones who love us all Well, the beauty of this beautiful divine feminine is that she emerges from the cave out of curiosity, attracted to someone else's joy. That's when she meets with the dawn of her own reflection. She doesn't truly see herself and the beauty of her light until she's drawn out of herself. This beautiful divine feminine sees her own light once she becomes curious about seeing the light that's around her and the levity and laughter of the other deities. So I just did the fire energy, and on the bottom of that deck was about laughter, bringing out the light. See, like all the readings I feel run together. So you may have to go watch that. All right. This is the answer. If we've been too long in retreat, if we've been hiding our light not out of self love and a soulful need for restoration, but out of a reaction to someone else's pain, then we draw ourselves out by focusing on the joy of others. So, the reaction of someone else's pain. So, somebody could have been laughing at your pain to try to keep you in a dark place for somebody here. Seeing their light allows us to see our own, and sometimes even the solar goddess needs to be inspired or reminded of why she shines so brightly. Not just for the sake of her own reflection, but also for those beloved beings that need her rays of light to remember their own. Sometimes we need the sight of the faces we brighten in order to remember why we are so devoted to finding our way back into the light. So, earth signs, you could have had somebody who's very envious of your beauty, all right? And this is somebody who could have been a dark individual, somebody who lives in the darkness, somebody who wanted to keep you caved, keep you, you know, they were trying to block your light from the world. They felt that if they kept you in retreated and they kept you in a world of darkness, that you would be able to light up the world. And if you don't light up the world, you don't draw people to you. This is somebody who was laughing at you, right? They were laughing at you because they felt that you was not connected to the Most High. So this is somebody who wanted you depressed. This is somebody who was laughing at your pain. Why? Because you were mirroring back to them what they did not want to address. You were mirroring back to them their own darkness, right? And they couldn't handle it for somebody out there. All right. Thank you, beautiful divine feminine Amaterasu, for being the light today of 7171. So somebody was being very egotistical. Right? I don't know the story about Esther, but that could be significant. We could look it up. See the story about Esther. The biblical story of Esther is an epic account of a brave Jewish orphan who became the queen of Persia and risks her life to save her people from a devastating plot of genocide. So yeah, so this was a plot. Genocide talks about gathering up a group of people and unaliving them because of their spiritual practice. The narrative unfolds in the ancient Persian capital of Susa during the reign of King, I don't even know. After the king banishes his first wife, Queen Vashti, for disobeying him, he holds a royal beauty pageant to find another queen. He chooses Esther, a young Jewish woman raised by her older cousin Mordecai. So, Mordecai's instruction, Esther keeps her Jewish heritage a secret. Shortly after, a power-hungry official named Haman, is promoted to the highest rank in the kingdom. When Mordecai refuses to bow down to him, an enraged Haman plans to exterminate every Jewish person in the Persian Empire. Haman deceives the king into signing a decree ordering the annihilation of all Jews. Right? The light, mirroring the light. Something about the dawn, breaking dawn. Mordecai previously saved his life by uncovering an assassination plot. Somebody could be plotting because of the fact that you and another person may have different like religious beliefs, religious backgrounds. Somebody is plotting something. And that was their plot, to keep you in the dark, to steal your light. They wanted you to stay in the dark energy. And they were laughing at you, laughing at your pain. So I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you prayed about this. You may, be someone who prays a lot. Or this could be somebody who prayed against you, prayed in vain over you. This could be, again, somebody who plotted to assassinate you or plotted against you to, like I said, steal your light, your life force energy, steal your divine connection. Out of ego. All right. So what is hidden, Amaterasu? Element from the element of earth. What is hidden? What is hidden? Oh man, that's a lot of cards, but we'll take them. The Lord, High Lord of gratitude and service, selflessness, humility, conscious action. Look. See, there's like I don't know if that's a lily maybe. But see, look at the bird. Something about it looks like a robin, but look at the enlightenment over top of his head. The enlightenment over top of her head. So, yeah, somebody was trying to keep you in the dark to block you from coming into sacred union within yourself. For somebody out there, I'm not going to read all these cards yet. I feel like you're definitely connected to the cosmos here. So if you see there's a moon in the background, the moon comes out in the dark. So the moon lightens things up, lighting up something in the dark. And if you look on this card, it looks like a lot of caves. Does it not, in a mountainside? The wise woman of Wonderland, integrity and compromise. Something about rabbits. This reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. And the spirit whisper, divine guidance, higher knowing, and yeah. See, whispering. Look, the owl. So you could have had somebody who was, like I said, plotting something against you. 2, 7, 10, 13. Plotting to assassinate you. Because why? Because you mirrored something back to them. Love and compassion. This is somebody you were kind to. High Lord of gratitude and service. The High Lady. The High Lady, High Lord. Oh, look at this. Sisters. So, look. Divine Law. Sisters of the Seasons. Divine Order. And this card popped out. So, the High and High Lord, to me, is like a coven energy. Keeper of the Scales. Balance. Because you get the High Lady, the High Lord. That would be the High Priest, High Priestess, right? The High Ladies of a secret society, a coven, church, even. Because, you know, even in a church setting, they're all sisters and brothers, right? For some of you, you went into this cave for to complete the cycles of your growth. 17, that's today. 17, 1, and a 111 is significant. The Queen of the Light. Look, mirror. This is somebody who was judging you. Because you're protected by Mother Gaia, right? Oh, I don't need to read all these cards. This is a lot. The High Lord of Gratitude and Service has arrived to help you find your true purpose today. Feeling gratitude for each moment you experience and loving what is and what has been will remind you that every breath you take holds a deep and profound awareness. Through small actions and selfless service to another, you automatically placed on your highest path. Whether you're immediately aware of it or not, the presence of this ally lets you know that you're on the correct path to fulfilling your desires. So you are definitely on the right path here, Earth signs, and that's what they want you to know. That is what's hidden. So you may still feel like you're in the dark, right? You're walking in the dark, but that's okay because you're on the right path, whether you're aware of it or not. You are on, I feel like you are in your North Node, your highest path. The presence of this ally lets you know, yeah, that you're on the correct path of fulfilling your desires. You're also notified that your actions of service and attitude of gratitude will yield riches beyond your wildest dreams, as long as those riches are the goal that you have in mind. Giving service with no thought of return is required of you today. This would also be a good time to write a list reminding yourself of all the things in your life and the world around you that you have to be grateful for. So your attitude of gratitude, I feel for some of you, has given you a timeline shift. And you are mirroring this light out into the world, and that same light is being mirrored back to you of how your attitude of gratitude, right? It's being mirrored both ways. If your question refers to a relationship, let gratitude be your guide. Be thankful for all you learn from this person. Truly, there are no friends, no enemies, just teachers along life's journey. Be grateful for the laughter and even the tears. The attitude of gratitude is a magnet for true love in all forms. All right. So you are mirroring to another person for some of you. You are mirroring to a love interest for some of you. Um, somebody who is a very, somebody who stands in their integrity, somebody who is a very wise person. You're mirroring your wise divine feminine to another person. 23 is significant, which is a 5. 5, 5 is significant. 3, 5, 5 is significant. That you've completed a cycle of growth. And I'm telling you, and you had you had a very egotistical person, very egotistical person who could have been speaking or chanting over your life, trying to, what I said, plot and plan, right? And it could have been a bunch like I said, a sister of like church group, coven, secret society, even just a group of people. Okay, for some of you. So 41. The cosmos appears always as an ally and never a challenger. Creativity in all forms is represented by the cosmos. This is a sign to place your intention on creative projects. They will be successful. Remember that all of life is creative and you're always co creating with the divine. The cosmos also represents the principle of infinity and the vastness of the energetic exchange of consciousness influencing all living things. This teaches us that every intention we set is, in fact, contagious with the power to influence others. We're in time at our deepest energetic space, so we can't help but have an effect on others from an individual level to a global one. This is a sign to remind you to open up to the well of creativity deep within you and be mindful of your thoughts and actions. Both are influencing your outer world. Most important, keep taking action towards your goals as the cosmos responds perfectly to manifest your highest destiny. Expect to be inspired and to meaningfully touch others with all that you create. Right? Because your light is shining. Divine feminines. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. Divine feminine, divine masculine is not gender related. It's the energy. So somebody's feminine energy is being mirrored out into the world. Somebody's attitude of gratitude is, I feel, shifting a timeline. Somebody's timeline is shifting here on Earth. I'm telling you, Alice in Wonderland, that's what I'm getting. See how she's sitting on that mushroom? Look at that. The butterfly on her head. Look how she's smiling. Isn't that cute? Look how he's smiling. Look at his smile on his face. All right. 21. The wise woman of Wonderland brings integrity to thought, word, and deed. She lets you know that as long as you're in the flow of honesty and being true to your word, she keeps you under her protection and care. When she appears as your ally, she signals a time when honesty pays off, yielding greater dividends than you expected. You'll be thankful that you remain faithful and loyal to your path. She reminds you that compromise isn't always an option. Stay true to yourself first and foremost. Although it may appear that you could lose something as a result, you can never lose what is truly yours, what is truly destined. And somebody was trying to cave you. Somebody was trying to, like, they were plotting and planning against you. They were plotting and planning against you. Mm-hmm. To keep you in that cave. Right? Keeping you in this pain, keeping you in this darkness, keeping you in this sorrow. I am strongly getting Mary Magdalene energy, but from a different generation. A way different generation. A different generation or from a different religion. Because if you think about it, all religions have the same basic line. Okay? They just call their deities by a different name. So this could be the Japanese version of Mary Magdalene, where she went into the cave to mourn Jesus's death. Jesus really, I feel in my heart, he didn't really die. He just ascended. Because we all go through that ego death to go into our Christ consciousness, the ego, the mind. We all go through that ego death to go to reach Christ consciousness, to ascend. Okay? Just to let you know, right? So she's telling you can't lose what is already yours. You can't. So definitely a rebirth here with the rabbit earth signs. A rebirth, because rabbits, they represent rebirth. I have one floating around in my yard somewhere. I literally seen 3 of them going around and around, like playing with each other. And then I had a dream with a rabbit in it. And then the other day, I went outside to feed the cat. The rabbit stayed right in the yard. So rabbits are very significant here. Rabbits absolutely, positively mean rebirth. But we're going to look that up just to make sure. Because we like to be thorough. Okay? Oh my goodness, I can't even spell R-I-T. Okay. The rabbit spirit animal symbolizes intuition, abundance, cleverness, and overcoming fear, often appearing as a sign to trust your instincts and navigate situations with mental agility. The rabbit encourages you to leap into new opportunities while staying grounded, are signs. Intuition and awareness. Because of their large ears and keen senses, rabbits represent a heightened connection to your inner voice, your psychic ability, and a reminder to pay attention to subtle signs around you, because the divine is whispering, right? Spirit whispering. Known for their fertility, rabbits are powerful omens of wealth, growth, and the blooming of new creative or personal endeavors. Rabbits are famously timid, but their spirit medicine teaches you to transform the nervous energy and anxiety into positive caution, quick thinking, and decisive action when needed. Remember, she was in that cave, right? And when she looked into that mirror, or she looked outside and got curious when she seen the light, right? And decided to step out of that cave and realize that the light she was seeing was her own. So, whoever I'm talking to, earth signs, your rebirth is here. It's time to come out. It is time to come out. You're being divinely guided with the 3 energy. 333 could be significant. All right, so Spirit Whisper, number 3. As an ally, the Spirit Whisperer comes to you heralding the miraculous and the inspired. She whispers guidance from the divine through the higher senses so that you can hear her wisdom and know her love for you. She is committed to helping you intuit the next right action and steers you away from trouble. Yeah, she's steering you away from some sort of a plot, um, some sort of a plan, some sort of a plot to unalive you, right? Because that's what Esther talks about. A plot was being uncovered, an assassination plot was uncovered. So the divide is taking you in a different direction. It's steering you away from this plot. The Spirit Whispers keeps you inspired to move forward, always knowing just in time the correct next step. She guides you to fulfill your highest purpose. Again, your highest purpose. You're on your higher path. You are on in your north node. Whoever I'm talking to, Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or if you have Earth in your north node or in your ascended sign, you're being told that you are walking in your higher purpose. Okay, even if it's your ascending sign, because your ascending sign is your rising sign. You're rising, you're ascending through your soul's evolution, right? She guides you to fulfill your highest purpose. When she appears as a sign of inspired ideas, that with continual action leads to success. That's a very good omen. So you have a lot of cards here of a good omen. If your question is about a relationship, the Spirit Whispers speaks of soul connections, past lives, and great learning through mutual mirroring. So you are mirroring something to a soul connection that you've had from a past life. She will whisper how long, how short, how deep, how sweet the relationship can be. There were soul bargains made even before you both were born here, and exploration is in order. You may move forward, but keep listening to Spirit Whisper for the lessons that are vulnerable of love brings. So not only are you being guided in a different direction, right? Out of trouble, out of some sort of a plot or plan to have you assassinated, right? But you're also mirroring this to a particular soulmate, right? Mutual mirroring. The light, your person seeing your light. You are drawing because when the light gets flicked on in the darkness, the cave, when the light gets flicked on in the darkness, go outside at midnight tonight. It's a beautiful summer night, depending on where you're at. Flick your porch light on. Pay attention to what's going around that light. You get all kinds of bugs. You got spiders, you got moths, you got fireflies, you got gnats, you got all kinds of things, right? Some of them bugs bite, some of them bugs don't. Some of the bugs that bite, just leave them out. Some of them bugs that bite are poisonous. Some bugs do not bite. Some bugs are there because they're just drawing your light, right? So you need to understand that. And that's the best way I can describe the light. Everybody describes differently, like the lights, the chakras, but I try to use layman terms. In other words, I try to explain it in a way to where you could comprehend it without saying, what did that mean? Right? What does that mean? Like, for instance, the chakra system. Our bodies have a spine, right? When that spine's out of whack, you feel pain. Like, I can tell you, my sciatica has been acting up. So I'm a limping, and I gotta drag one of my feet behind me because it's like, because my back, my spine is out of whack. It has been since I had kids. The soul spine is your chakra system. When your chakras are not working properly, it affects your soul. When your chakras are not working properly, it affects your body. Okay? When your crown chakra is blocked, it affects your mind. When your heart chakra is blocked, it affects how you give and receive information, as whether you take it personally or you accept it, with love and grace. When your our star chakra is out of whack, you're ungrounded, you're unable to walk, you're feeling very insecure, you're in a very dark place. You see what I mean? That's why a lot of times I explain things that way. Do I know everything? No. But what I have learned, I am teaching you guys, right? We're here to learn together because I don't know everything and you don't know everything, right? We're here to learn together. With that being said, so somebody here is definitely either they have an earth sign as an ascending sign or an earth sign in their north node. Either way, you definitely are on your highest path. You are mirroring your light to another person. If you're single, you're mirroring your light to another person. They are seeing it and they are headed your way. If you're in a relationship, you are mirroring your light to the other person about something in their ego, something that the way that they're seeing something, right? So, something that they are not like. The ego talks about the mind, right? The ego speaks in fear terms. When the mind is open, it speaks in spiritual terms. That's the best way I can explain that. All right. So, this is a season of growth that is coming to an end until the next season opens because we're never done growing here. Never. Okay. Just letting you know. You're never done growing. Never. Ever, ever, ever. So 5 is a 7. And then you got a 3, 3. A 7 and a 6 is a 13. A 1 and a 3 talks about going through that ego death. It also talks about literal death. So you could have had a bunch of people who sistered together that was plotting and planning some sort of an attempt on your life because of their ego. All right. Whew, that was a lot of information, our size. That was a lot of information, and we're already 43 minutes into this reading. All right, so Amaterasu, what is the tell me a little bit about the intuition of the earth signs. Yeah, call on your angels. Look, see the angels are there. See the question mark in your head? So you're questioning something. Look at the pyramids. You're questioning something. Look, a 13. Didn't I just say that? Energy of 13. Stay in your own skin. 26, so an 8. Clear the path. Talk shop. So you're going to have a heart-to-heart conversation with somebody that you're drawing in. Look, number 17. That's going to clear something up. About being comfortable with who you are in your own body, because that's earth energy. See, she's in a red. Earth energy. Root chakra. About being comfortable with who you are, being comfortable with the way you look, right? In other words, it doesn't matter what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside that matters. And if you have an ugly personality and you do bad things to bad people, or if you do bad things to people out of envy, out of jealousy, out of greed, out of pride, out of ego, out of whatever, gluttony, sloth, lust, you can name it, whatever evil and whatever evil intention is there. If you did something evil to somebody out of that, because of that intention, because of how you feel, like the plot to assassinate somebody, you think that's not going to come back to you? Oh, yeah. out of somebody, how somebody looks, the beauty, the envious, the green-eyed monster, right? I'm looking at that card and there's a chair, there's a basket of flowers, an anchor, look, a life raft. See the chair, the flowers, a life raft, a window. Look, it looks like some sort of an animal. Looks like a cup with a sponge with water dripping out of it, right? Looks like some sort of a platform they're standing on, right? So your intuition is telling you to call on your angels because they're whispering, right? And they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you to call on them. But your intuition is telling you, right? This is beautiful, our signs. See the angel down here at the bottom with their arms open, like, what are you waiting for? Right? You could be questioning what you're hearing. You could be questioning your higher knowing. You could be questioning your thoughts. For some of you, see the question mark in his head. But the angels are like, listen, get out of that box. Let go of that ego, right? Look at the angel right there. You have two angels. Look. An angel on this side, an angel on this side, an angel up here, an angel on down. You're surrounded by angels. You're surrounded by them. They're protecting you from this evil plot. So your gut is telling you to be aware that you have a personal team of guardian angels who are working directly with you to keep you safe and on track with your soul's karma and purpose. With their help, you have no need to feel lost, afraid, or concerned about your direction. Your angels are by your side, as well as above you, behind you, and before you, closely watching over you and keeping you safe from this plot of these group of people, these sisters, or sister wives, or people that are not blood sisters, but they're the sisters, 4 of them, who are plotting to assassinate you. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to prepare you. I'm trying to inform you, right? Trying to let you know that they're laughing at you. They're laughing behind your back. You have angels who will connect you with the right support people and with the right support people. You're lighting the way. You're attracting somebody to you, the right people, and the angels who will bring you presents. In fact, you have angels to protect, serve, and support you in any way possible. Even if you doubt their support, they're still there, keeping you safe every minute of every day. Take the risk of believing that you're protected and begin to relax and trust in their abilities to look after you. They will reveal their presence by giving you a sign if you ask for it. Open your heart and mind to receive their gifts. So for some of you, you may, for those of you who are single, you could be drawing in a soulmate, somebody that you have a past life connection with. Okay? They could be seeing your light. They're also receiving divine whispering from the cosmos, the universe, the earth, right? So you're protected by your angels and earth. The moon is shining. The moon is whispering, whispering, right? Whisper. See the whisper? See the whisper? It's time to come out. You're safe. You've been through the darkness. Okay? You can't get any more synchronicity than that, than 1313, 444. Ego death. You're going through an ego death, where you're going to be learn to be comfortable in your own skin. You're going to be being your own savior. You're going to learn how to fill up your own cup of love. You're going to learn how to wring out that energetic sponge of other people's emotions, so that you know what you're feeling and what you're feeling from somebody else, because you got somebody who's projecting upon you. Okay? Whew, this is intense. So we're in July. So in 2 months, the season is going to change into fall. I like the fact that this card has a 17 on it. So 17th with the energetic year of a 1. 711 could be significant. 1111 is absolutely significant. If you've been seeing that. 444, 1111, 1313, 1221, 222, 444, 888. Alrighty, so High Lord of Gratitude and Service. Yeah, Page of Michael. So right there, that tells me that your angels are watching you. You have a specific contract with another person. You have a soul contract with another person. Mm-hmm. And these angels are letting you know that you have what it takes to succeed. See all the storm in the background? You know, this is reminding me of Benjamin Franklin flying that kite in a storm, and that's how he invented electricity, right? So you definitely see the owl. The owl. You can't make this up. So you got the divine walking with you. They are whispering to you with the Page Michael. That's the Page of Swords. They are whispering to you. You can overcome this challenge going through this ego death. You have what it takes to succeed. They're reassuring you. You have what it takes to succeed. Right? All you have to do is let go and let God. That's all. 13 energy. You can't make this stop. You have a calling. You have a specific calling here. The angels are calling you. Right? You found your purpose. Right? And now there's a situation coming your way that's going to activate your heart. But somebody's plan to block it backfired with the 7 of Ariel. Somebody's plan to block this person from coming your way was a dud. Because you freed yourself. This person did something out of greed. This person's very greedy. Right? They could have come into your dreams. They definitely could have tried to ruin your reputation. This was somebody who was a very dark spiritual, a spiritual narcissist. This is somebody who was a spiritual narcissist. Somebody who you mirrored back to them their unhealed wounds, and they didn't like it. So look, talking about that spiritual plot to unalive you. See? That's what they did. Their spiritual plot was to try to unalive you, and it was a dud. It didn't work. Give me one for the cosmos, please and thank you. The hidden, the cosmos for the element of earth. Because you listen to that inner guidance, and it's like you didn't walk into the trap, so to speak. King of Gabriel, I'm telling you, a spiritual narcissist. Yeah. So the King of Gabriel is the King of Wands in reverse. This is somebody who lacks generosity, somebody who is very egotistical, somebody who is very arrogant, very self-centered, very, very much in their ego. And their plot was to unalive you, right? This is somebody you had a karmic contract with. Somebody who had their eyes trained on you. This is somebody who's been watching you. I'm telling you, somebody who is in their ego. Somebody who could be demonic. This is somebody who's very demonic. This is a karmic flame. Whose plot was to unalive you, assassinate you. This person could have did some sort of mirror magic, because the Queen of Wands is somebody who messes with energy, somebody who's an energy manipulator, somebody whose intention is to manipulate. This is somebody who is very dark, demonic, and evil. This is that evil assassin. And they've been watching you at a distance. This is somebody you had a divine, you had a karmic contract with this person. And now they're worried because their plan to assassinate you backfired. This is somebody who is very envious of your light. This is somebody who worked with other people, a group of females. Like I said, a coven, a dark coven. Could have been exactly a bunch of devil worshippers. Wise woman of the Wonderland. Not of Michael. Yeah, buddy, I love it. So the wise woman of the Wonderland is somebody who, stands in their integrity, right? Who, left go of this mental anguish. Somebody who freed themselves from, somebody could be doing nightmares on the moon cycles, right? But this is somebody who broke free of that mental cage. Somebody who come out of this mental darkness, went through an ego death, and found their light. Look, she's holding a wand. Somebody who's a very old soul. So September 15th could have been significant. 69 can be significant. This is somebody who's a sex addict. This is somebody who has an incubus or a succubus attachment. Because I just seen 69. Somebody who's been with a lot of females. Somebody who's a womanizer. Somebody who likes to be free. They don't like to be tied down to one. They got many. This is somebody who is a womanizer, a hooker, somebody who has some sort of an incubus or succubus attachment. But listen, the angels protected you from this person, because this person was plotting something against you. And they were trying to hold you back. But you released yourself from this contract. This is somebody who may have tried to humiliate you, for some of you out there. But you listened to your intuition. You did. And be like, what? Like, somebody's trying to do what to me? Right? They did what? Out of ego? This is somebody who tried to sacrifice you to the devil. They could have also broke spiritual law. This is somebody who you may have had a past life contract with, that they only had a season or a particular time frame to successfully complete this contract, and their time is up. They no longer can do it. This is somebody who may have tried to, right, off with the head. This is a shame. All right, Spirit Whisper, what's hidden? Because you had a higher purpose. Your purpose is to bring light into the world, and they figured if they could snuff out your light, it would keep the world in a period of darkness, because you have a high calling here. Whoever I'm talking to, you have a very high calling. Extremely high calling. Yeah, we have 10 of Ariel, the Page of Raphael, and the 5 of Gabriel. So, okay, so the 10 of Ariel, we have that 13 energy coming through again. So the 10 of Ariel talks about generations. So this could have been a 10 generation situation. Like, you could have known this person 10 lifetimes ago. Or you could have traveled 10 lifetimes together. Or 10 lifetimes ago, here on earth, they could have succeeded at your head off your head, right? But I feel like this person wanted to create conflict in the family dynamic. So what they did was they tried to block you. Like, they didn't invite you because they wanted an argument. They wanted a fight. This is somebody who was looking for a fight. So the divine turned you in a different direction. They took you in a different direction, and you avoided this. So by not accepting an invite or not getting invited somewhere, the divine actually saved you from some sort of a fight, some sort of a setup in the family dynamic. This person could have used necromancy and tried to trick you. The 15th could have been significant. Today's the 17th, Friday. Wednesday could have been significant. $15.15, 6/6 could be significant. I feel like this person, whoever this Page of Cups is in reverse, it's like you knew there was something fishy. You knew that there was something fishy about this. You did. And it's like, I feel like it could have been your own family, or it could have just been a group of people within the community who was, again, trying to set you up, like trap you, so to speak. This was like a trap, right? They were trying to put you in a cage. They were trying to trap you into something so that they could fight with you. This is like a mob of people wanting to come up against you, wanting to pick a fight with you. Yeah. The Queen of Cups in reverse. This is somebody who gave fake psychic information, somebody who was determined to block your heart space. They were determined to misunderstand you, right? They were just determined to cause this drama. So the Chariot card talks about movement, success. Definitely talks about a car as well, a literal car. Could be talking about determined to control a narrative here. This is somebody who is pretends to be kind-hearted, but in all actuality, this is an emotional manipulator. This is an emotional manipulator that you had a contract with. That was a karmic contract. That was plotting and scheming against you. You could have seen them in their car, for some of you, right? And this is the honest to God's truth. I literally seen somebody in their vehicle sitting outside my house in a blue vehicle. As soon as they see me go on my door, they started it up, and by the time I hit my landlord's business parking lot, they were gone. They were gone. Disappeared. Do I know who it was? Yes. And it's because they didn't want me to know who it was, but I already knew. I knew that they were plotting and scheming. I knew it. This is like an adult child. Yeah, they told a bunch of lies. Right? They told a bunch of lies. Right? This, again, is a karmic individual. This person could be receiving karma. This person also, look, travel. See the Chariot card and travel card. This could be somebody astral traveling through mirrors. Watching. Spying on you. This is somebody who was heartless. And they were so determined with this plot. But the angels revealed it to you. Yeah, this person's very toxic. Very, very toxic. Retrograde. Neptune is retrograde. So Neptune retrograde could have showed you something. But you broke through some sort of an illusion about this plot of them to sacrifice you. You broke through the illusion. You went through the awakening, and you've seen something from a different perspective because angels told you. They showed you in your dreams with the moon card there. This person made a very bad investment. They could have paid for something, right? They could have paid for something within the community, right? Within these 4 people could have paid for something within the community, right? This could have been this is a karmic couple who are going to lose a battle because of a choice that they made. All right, show me something with the page of Michael, High Lord of Gratitude and Service. Show me, I'm telling you, somebody's seeing something from a different perspective about this. Somebody was planning to humiliate somebody by picking a fight with them out in public. See how they're in public? But it didn't work because somebody's seen through the illusion. And then it's like, well, here, let's do something different. I'll show you how to do this. Aries, Neptune retrograde in Aries broke some sort of an illusion here that literally showed you the plot. You knew something was fishy in that cup. You knew it. You knew it. You knew that the fish in the cup was to trap you. So that they could fight with you, pick a fight with you, to gang up on you. This group of people to gang up on you. Right? A mob of people to try to, right, to assassinate you. Assassinate your character. Assassinate you literally. Look, see? Called. A purpose. You were called into your purpose. Right? The situation called you to not go, to not move, to not travel somewhere with somebody. I'm telling you. Because the plot was to, but it did not work. See, the 3 of Ariel. It did not work. You didn't go collaborate, and it backfired for them. Because you answered that call. And you knew what their purpose was. You knew what they were planning. You knew what their plot was. The divine told you. They showed you in your dreams. Alrighty. Let's pull some messages here. A leap of faith. Thank you, angels. I'm ready to take a leap of faith with you, and thank you for doing it with me. So there's that 0 energy, that ground 0. You're not a fool, right? Look, Holy Spirit, a miracle occurred. So there's some sort of a miracle that is occurring in your life, and they want you to take some sort of a leap of faith. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. You know this. You know this. Spirit saved you from something. Some sort of or plan, and it could have been by your own family with the 10 of Ariel. It could have been your own family who was doing this. Lady Nada, heart awakening. Awakening to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. So there's that mirroring energy. See the roses? Holy, there's a miracle about to occur. So you need to trust your angels and take that leap of faith with them when they tell you to move. When they call you to move, do it. Right? When they call, see the family that when they call you to move, do it. When you, and you're gonna feel it in your heart, right? Your heart's gonna flutter. You're gonna flutter. You're gonna feel that heart chakra activation. Magic, Isis. There's that Ankh coming through again. Your dreams, visions, or goals are becoming a reality. Stay focused. So you definitely seen something in your dreams. Definitely. You've seen the plot in your dreams. Moving to your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. And that's exactly what we started out with. Rising above the darkness and seeing your light in the mirror of ascension. You're ascending. 777. You're ascending. So clear your vibes, clear your energy field. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. So you're being cloaked and divinely protected. While there is some chakras being cleared here. Thank you, Ragua, for surrounding my life in harmonious light. Look, open your heart. Manifesting miracles. I'm telling you, there's a miracle about to occur. Something about your body, your skin.